So let's get stuck into that breaking news. Donald Trump has posted on Truth Social that Keir Starmer will resign as Prime Minister after he failed badly on immigration and energy. Now, that is coming as the Cabinet Minister loyal to Sir Keir Starmer refused to rule out the possibility that the Prime Minister would announce his resignation tomorrow. While speaking to GB News, Business Secretary Peter Carr admitted Sir Keir Starmer is reflecting on political realities.
He's making time this weekend, as well as doing the job of Prime Minister, to reflect on the political challenges that our country that he faces, and he will be making decisions in the interests of the country on the back of that. He has been a Prime Minister that has had the most extraordinary circumstances thrown at him. He was a Prime Minister that came into office on the back of public services that were broken, an economy on its knees, our reputation around the world that was absolutely shattered. And we have rehabilitated ourselves in all of these areas, but we're also crucially making progress in all of these areas. These things didn't happen despite Keir Starmer. These things happened because of Keir Starmer's leadership. I can't predict the future. I am not his spokesperson. I'm not with him today. What I do know is that I spent quite a considerable amount of time with him on Friday. He asked lots of questions, always based in the interests of the country. He asked me very clearly what he felt in a whole degree of different circumstances, what the country were expecting from us as a party, him as a leader and us as a government. And he said that he wanted time this weekend to reflect on it. I mean, literally, I can't say any more than that.
Right, really? Well, let's speak to GB News' political correspondent Catherine Forster, who joins us now live from Downing Street. Catherine, it sounds ominous. Donald Trump has now waded in on the action.
Yes, if the Prime Minister didn't have enough trouble with the fact that the whole of Westminster is under the impression that he's about to resign, even Donald Trump on the other side of the Atlantic seems to have got the same picture. And he has just put on Truth Social in the last few minutes, Keir Starmer will resign as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. He failed badly on two very important subjects, then block capitals, immigration and energy, brackets, open North Sea oil, exclamation mark, close brackets. I wish him well, exclamation mark, President Donald J. Trump. I mean, normally you wait till somebody resigns before you send your sympathetic messages, but Donald Trump, of course, does not do diplomacy in any way that most people would recognise. I can also tell you that we know that the Prime Minister has been in Chequers, the PM's country house, with his family over the weekend. But we think in the last 5 to 10 minutes that he's come back into Downing Street. His car has been spotted at the back by one of the very eagle-eyed camera guys here. So we believe that he is back in the building, and now, frankly, it's a waiting game. He said on Friday morning, the last time he spoke to the press, that he wasn't going anywhere, that he would fight a challenge. But since then, more cabinet ministers have told him that it's time to say that he is going to stand down. We know that Ed Miliband and Shabana Mahmood did that after the local elections, but now we believe that Heidi Alexander, the Transport Secretary, and Yvette Cooper, the Foreign Secretary, have said similar. And Andy Burnham's team are saying that they've got over 200 MPs backing him. That's more than half the parliamentary Labour Party. So the first rule of politics is learning to count. It looks like the PM simply does not have the numbers. So he may resign in the next day or two. There may be a coronation of Andy Burnham. We simply don't know at this point, but Andy Burnham will arrive down from Manchester tomorrow. He will be sworn in as an MP tomorrow afternoon. Beyond that, we don't know how this is going to go. There could be a contest. Potentially Wes Streeting might step in, though I think he'd probably rather get a big cabinet job, maybe Chancellor. We don't think that Ed Miliband, who until very recently I think thought was a shoo-in for the Chancellor role, is likely to get it because of net zero, because Andy Burnham's concerned about the cost of living and people's energy bills. Might it be Wes Streeting? It's a massively important decision. Some suggestions now that some in the city would really like Yvette Cooper, currently Foreign Secretary secretary, but seen as a steady pair of hands. We do not think that Rachel Reeves will stay in post. So a huge few days potentially coming, and here we go again. It's incredible, isn't it? Less than 2 years ago, Sir Keir Starmer was elected with a landslide, and this is a government that promised to stop the chaos and stop the infighting, yet it looks very much like we're heading towards our 6th Prime Minister in just 7 years.
I'm joined now by the founder and CEO of TallyMoney, Cameron Parry. So what is TallyMoney and what does it do?
So you get an everyday account in your individual name, you get an account number and sort code, but instead of having an account denominated in pounds sterling with your bank, you have milligrams of gold, which we brand as Tally. The reason why we chose gold, everybody understands gold, it's universally understood and accepted. It's been increasing at over 11% on average for the last 25 years against the pound. In the last 2 years, it's up 60% against the pound. So if you had, £10,000 in a Tally account 2 years ago, it's now got £16,000 worth of value. The gold hasn't changed, but the value and your purchasing power has. And so banks can't keep up with that performance.
How easy is it to get a TallyMoney account then?
If you're a UK resident, it's really easy. Just go to your app store, download the app. You'll need photo ID. You can onboard yourself in a couple of minutes.
Just your passport or your driving licence?
Yep, and you're up and away. So you know what you're getting. It's very simple, low fees. It's transparent. There's no hidden fees. There's no FX spreads depending on the amount you put in. And you just get to go ahead and be productive in your daily life. Build up your savings again because it's useful to do it now.
I was going to say, so you don't necessarily, if people are watching this going, oh, it sounds a bit scary. You can open a TallyMoney account, transfer. Is there a minimum amount you have to transfer?
No.
So you might think, I'm just going to play with this. I'm going to put 100 quid in it that I've got this month, and I'm either going to spend it and see if I feel like I'm getting more value for money from my sale, from the things that I'm buying, or I'm going to save it and watch how that compares to maybe 100 quid in your current account. To find out more and to get an exclusive GB News offer, simply scan the QR code or click the link in the description.
I mean, I don't want to laugh. Donald Trump announcing that Keir Starmer will be resigning before Keir Starmer announces it. And as you say, it's courtesy to really wait. You said Keir Starmer doesn't have the numbers. But that's obviously not to decide whether he wants to run. Presumably that's if he were to run, because as I understand it, he can run it anyway, doesn't need a set number. But all he'll do is be part of the competition. But whether he'll get the votes is another thing. So just checking I'm correct in that. Do we know whether maybe Keir Starmer has phoned some world leaders, told them of his intention, and Donald Trump has just basically jumped the gun?
Honestly, I don't know because they never tell us about private conversations. But no, you're absolutely right, Nana. When I say he doesn't have the numbers, he would be on the ballot if he wanted to. As Prime Minister, he would automatically be on the ballot. What I mean by doesn't have the numbers is that Andy Burnham, his allies tell us now has got over 200. That's over half the parliamentary Labour Party. And Sir Keir Starmer, well, there are a few loyalists left, of course. There's plenty of Labour MPs worried about the optics of changing leader and a fight, but it looks like in a contest, Andy Burnham, there's no world in which Andy Burnham wouldn't win, and people don't want the Prime Minister to be humiliated. I mean, would we have if he decides to fight, we could be looking at a rerun of what happened with Boris Johnson, where ministers started resigning, he tried to replace them, and he literally couldn't replace them fast enough. I suspect that he will be mindful of that and will not want a repeat of that. But I mean, frankly, at this point, anything could be happen, although Donald Trump clearly has made his mind up already.